60 to 70%. So maybe that'll change, but right now it looks awfully wet for the next 6 to 7 days. 71 now in downtown Sylacauga. Rain today, and going to be raining for the next few days, so maybe you can get your grass cut first thing this morning. If not, just gotta hang in there and look for some weeds until it stops raining. I'm Jim Dale. Thanks for watching Daybreak Live. Hope you have a fantastic Thursday. Till next time, God bless you. God bless America. Stay safe, everyone.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is Thursday morning, July the 18th, 7:30. Welcome to Rise and Shine. I'm Courtney Lynham, your host, every weekday morning. So thank you for tuning in. And every Thursday morning, we get to learn about Gadsden State. So we've gotten to know so many great things about Gadsden State, and today we are going to be learning more about court reporting. So if you know someone who is interested in that career, make sure that you are sharing this information with them. So Gadsden State has the only accredited program in the state of Alabama, and so here to talk with us today, we've got Michelle Roberts and we have Brooke Davis, and so we're going to be talking all about court reporting. So let's get started. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Good. Thanks for getting up early and starting your day off with us. This is some really great information. As I was reading through court reporting, I learned a lot. And I learned how valuable court reporting is and the necessity for it. And so I've got a lot of questions. So we've got a lot to cover this morning. So Michelle, you are an instructor and director of the court reporting program, and Brooke, you're the technician enrollment specialist. Did I get that right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So let's start talking about the program structure and the curriculum, so we can kind of find out like an overview of the key components of the court reporting program. So Michelle, I'm going to ask you.
Well, we're a 2-year program here at Gadsden State, and so we take incoming students every fall, and so we cull through applications that Brooke takes in every year and decide if they meet the benchmark of what we expect our students. So being strong in your English skills, of course having all 10 digits are important for a court reporter, but really your English skills are what are most important, and making sure that you can hear properly. And so our students begin in the fall, and we take them through learning the fundamentals and theory principles of the machine, and after their first year learning those principles, then they start their speed building process with the machine, which takes about a year and a half. It's a 2-year program, but most students are in the program a little bit longer than 2 years, trying to meet that speed benchmark.
Wow, yeah, because you have a lot that you're taking in, and you have to keep up with that. So what is the speed requirement? Is there like a certain standard that you have to?
Yes, there's 3 categories that students have to perform in, and one of them is Q&A, which is 2-voice testimony, and it's 225 words per minute.
Wow.
We have jury charge, and that is 200 words per minute, and then literary, which is very dense multisyllabic material, and that's at 180 words per minute. So the 3 categories, and they have to complete each one of those speed tests at 96% accuracy.
Wow, that's really fast.
Yes.
And you have to be accurate, because if they have to look back on that, you know, there's a lot of times that you have to reference that in court. You have to go back and have those notes. What are the specific admission requirements for students who are interested in joining the program? Brooke, I think that would be a question for you.
Yes, it would. So I'm the first person students usually talk to whenever they're coming into the program. I go out to high schools, career fairs, college fairs, and promote our program. And we have an application process. They complete the application. We have students send us a resume. We look at their high school or college transcripts, whichever they have. We're looking at their attendance in school. We look at their English scores, and with the resume, we're looking to see what other things they did outside of school while they were taking classes, to see, because time management is a huge part of our program. And so we want to see that they have those time management skills. And we also have students, we look at their ACT score, or they take the AccuPlacer at Gadsden State, and we're looking at their English scores for that as well. And then once we have a complete application packet, the students will come in and we go through an interview process with them.
Oh, wow. All right. Yeah, I could imagine that accuracy and speed and time management are very important in that. How many can be accepted into a semester?
Our class load, or rather the student numbers, are 16, or the number of students that I can take every fall. If we had other students that wanted to come into the program, what we would do is just add a class, so we could have 2 theory classes. So we really don't limit that to the numbers. We want as many to apply as we can get. But it is an unspoken profession. Not many people know about it, which is why this is great, getting this out there so that other people know that this profession is an option for them.
So you have people who are who come in and are exploring their options and haven't thought about a career in court reporting, but it's very needed. It's a very. Do you have a certain amount of employable? So once somebody graduates, what is the percentage of people who get a job placement?
The demand is very high right now, because the median age for a court reporter is in their late 50s, early 60s, and so those reporters are tired, and so we're trying to fill those positions now, and so the demand is extremely high. Usually our students have, I would probably say 95% of them have a job before they even graduate, and the other 5% are just not wanting to work just yet. So it's not that they couldn't have a job, it's just that they decide to take a little time off as soon as they get out of school. And so job placement is easy for a court reporter.
Wow, 95%. That's really great odds there. So what are the types of courses that the students will take? Of course, we've talked a little bit about the skills that they'll develop. Let's expand on that a little bit, the courses and the skills.
So the courses, like I was saying a moment ago, they start out learning the theory principles of the machine, and also we have an English class that they take, learning how to punctuate the spoken language. It's different than punctuating just a term paper or a written paper that they write. So we have classes for that. And then also the fundamentals as a court reporter's position, where swearing in a witness, knowing how to mark exhibits, knowing how to store exhibits, and how to produce a transcript, and all the technology that goes into this, because it's not just learning the machine, there's a lot of technology that goes with it as well.
Sure, I can imagine. You're gathering all this important information that if you miss something, it could be a detriment to the case, right? So let's see. How does the program ensure that the students meet the standards set by NCRA? And explain to us what NCRA is. It's a council and approved student education. So again, how does the program ensure that the students meet those standards?
Correct. We are an approved school through NCRA. I'm actually on the case committee, which approves schools for NCRA. So there's a standard of grams that we have to go by, so we have to meet all of those criteria within every single class load that we have. And so we just use their guidelines and make sure that the students are ready to pass the certification exams as they finish school.
How many students do you have currently enrolled in the program?
There are 32 students in the program right now.
Okay, good. Well, that's a high number of students then. How do they find out about the course? Like, how do you see people coming to you? Just actually having like court reporting in mind, or they just happen upon it, or word of mouth? What's the...
We do a lot towards recruiting, getting into the schools, and like I said, go into career fairs, go into job fairs. A lot of our students maybe have a family member who is a court reporter, they know someone who's a court reporter, and we do a lot of social media, trying to market our program and just get it out so that everyone knows that it's an opportunity for them.
Yeah. Well, we have a video that expands a little bit about the program and the need for that, for students to explore that as an option. So let's take a look at that Gadsden State video.
People have been saying that we would be obsolete, and they started telling me that in 1988 when I started court reporting school. And we have just gotten better, and we won't be obsolete. We get better with time.
One of the most important things about court reporting is the fact that we are the guardians of the record. And our ability to be 96, 98 to 100% accurate is the difference.
I've always kind of looked at court reporting as a trade. It's a 2-year degree. You know, you can have less college and still make really good money.
One thing that's really interesting about court reporting is you're able to be your own boss. You can give yourself your own raise when you need to. The more you work, the more you're going to make.
The 2 reasons that I really got into this program is because 1, the independence, and 2, I saw how much money you could make.
I love everything about my career as a court reporter. I've been doing it for 33 years. It has given me plenty of flexibility.
It's been real helpful being a parent to be able to work from home and be with my kids more than being like at a 9 to 5.
If you're interested in coming to the court reporting program at Gadsden State, money should not impact your decision. Our financial aid department is wonderful.
When I came and toured the department, I was able to see all the students writing on their scintigraphs, and I thought, wow, that's really cool. I'd really love to do that.
We all started out at ground zero and we really didn't know much.
No matter what, even if they're doing worse than you are, if they're doing better than you are, you can always count on them.
That's something that I'm proud of here. Students become very close with each other because they understand what each one is going through trying to learn how to do this.
There is a big demand for court reporters. There's a shortage in every state.
I'm certified in 2 states, and I could have multiple depositions every day because there's such a demand.
Our students have jobs before they even graduate.
When you graduate from Gadsden State, you're going to have more than a degree and a career. You're going to have a family.
I can't think of anything else that I could do with a 2-year degree that would give me the life that I've had and the profession that I've had. I'm really blessed.
What a great video that is. So as we were watching the video, one of the questions that myself and Jeff, our camera operator here, was this machine. And I've never seen one up close, but it looks very different than anything I've ever seen. So how do you get people comfortable, your students comfortable with learning that machine? It looks like you said it's a whole other language. Let's talk a little bit about that.
I always tell my students once they learn the machine, they're bilingual because it is a different language.
Yeah.
So we start out learning where the letters of the machine are, where your hand placement is. Each key on the machine is a different letter. And so that's one of the first things we learn is where hand placement is, learning all the letters, and then we start doing small words like cat and sat, rat, hat, those types of things. So we really start out elementary, but we progress fast through the theory process of it.
Yeah, because you have to know every word. Mm-hmm. Because whatever word the person says that is in there that they're reporting on, you have to know how to document it.
One of the first things people notice is there's no letters printed on the keys. And you're training it's muscle memory. You're training when you hear that sound for your fingers to hit a certain key. And so that students spend lots of hours practicing on their machine.
Mm-hmm. So you actually hear it?
It's all phonetics. So everything you hear is, almost like you're writing the syllable sounds that you're hearing on the machine. So it's almost like beating a drum even.
Okay, well, we're going to talk a little bit, so much more. I have so many more questions. So we're going to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors, check in with your local area weather and news, and we'll be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
More than 2.5 million youths admitted to vaping, according to data from the CDC. Teens are at a greater risk for nicotine addiction because their brains are still developing. Please talk to your children about vaping.
Although we may see things differently,
the message can still reach me.